Welcome back to the science session. Yes, already in the previous class we have studied about force. We defined force and then we classified force into two types. One is contact force and the other one is non-contact force. Under contact force we have discussed about friction, then what else are things? Tension we have seen, normal force we have seen, right? So those are all come under contact forces. Now our job is to continue with non-contact force, or what we call as force at a distance. That means when something is affecting a body without it being touched, so that is called force at a distance or non-contact force, right? Force from a distance. Suppose, see here, this example is the most common example in always. See, I am just leaving this pen. So nobody is touching and pulling it down. It is falling by itself. Yes, you know it very well. It is gravitation. So thus, such forces, some other things are there. Like one is magnetic force, electrostatic force, gravitational force. In the earlier classes, you have studied about magnetic force. What did you see? That when you take a bar magnet or any magnet and you take the magnetic material like some small iron piece on an oil pin very near to the magnet, it pulls the pin towards it. You can feel that speed, right? As well as when two magnets with opposite polarity, means unlike poles are brought nearer. So the two magnets try to move towards each other. Two magnets try to move towards each other. That means they experience a pulling force towards each other. They are not in contact. See, here this is not in touch with this is not in touch with this. If you are going to keep the magnets like this, very free, easy to move together, then automatically they will come and cling to each other. There won't be any string. If suppose there is something that is the invisible force which is applied between these two because of each one on the other one. So North Pole pulls the South towards it and South Pole pulls the North towards it. So mutually they tend to move, they both tend to move towards each other. So here it is not necessary that there should be a force which is touching the body on it. That means the source is not in contact with the body on which the force is applied. Right. Now suppose what happens if I just put some iron filings very near to it. What happens? So all this go and stick to it. So not all those iron filings. That means very minute pieces of iron, or rather we call it as iron dust. So when I put iron dust on it, it automatically will be pulled towards the edge of the magnet. That is a pole of the magnet. So that pulling force, it is not in contact. That means this magnet is not going there and touching it and then bringing it towards it. Did you understand? It's not going and touching that and then bringing it to it. So it is here only and the dust is here, and these dust particles are pulled towards the pole. These dust particles are pulled towards the pole. Which dust particles? Iron dust particles. Right? So this pulling force is again an invisible non-contact force. It is also non-contact force. So magnetic forces are non-contact forces. Okay. Then electrostatic force. This is a very famous thing. And by this time you might have heard it, experienced it, and also you might have done it by yourself at your home or in your childhood, right? Electrostatic force. You may not be knowing the reason for it, but it is something like that when you comb your hair and then continuously in one direction and then take the comb and put it very near to very small paper pieces. And you can see that those paper pieces will come and touch the comb. Similarly, if you rub the balloon with a cloth, silk cloth or fur, then after that you take the balloon near to the paper pieces, they will also come and stick to the balloon. They will also come and cling to the balloon. What is happening here? Balloon is pulling those paper pieces towards it. It is not in touch with those pieces of paper. It is pulling. What is that which is making the balloon pull towards? Balloon pull the papers towards it. Normal balloon cannot do it. Normal balloon cannot do it. But a balloon which is rubbed with the silk or the fur material, you can see that it will get charged. It will get electrostatically charged. We call it to be electrostatically charged. In your IIT foundation classes, you have learnt that there are two types of charges. One is positive charge and the other is negative charge. Likewise, here this will get charged, and because of the charge, this is getting attracted. That means the charge which is present at a particular point will have its field around it. What is meant by that field? The vicinity or the space around the charge where the effect of the charge is felt. I repeat this. What is the field? A field is the vicinity or the space around the charge where its effect is felt. So that is called electric field. What is that called? Electric field. Don't think that only this will have it. Even the magnetic force will have that one. Magnetic field. Here it will have magnetic field. That means if there is a magnet surrounding it, it will be having its influence, right, to certain extent. After that, that influence, the strength of the influence decreases. Strength of the influence decreases. Therefore, when the alpine is very far away from the magnet, it can't pull it towards it. When you bring it very near to it, that means when it is brought into the intense field of the magnet, then only it pulls the pin towards it. Similarly, here also, you can't keep the balloon there and the paper pieces here, because it's very, very weak. Weak field is created because of the charge, minute charge which is formed on this. Right? And similarly, when the comb is getting charged, right? So that is what the charge that is it is attaining. Because of that, it is creating a field around it. Because of that field, it is attracting the paper pieces towards it. So electrostatic force is also a non-contact force. Electrostatic force is also a non-contact force. Right. Now the next one is a gravitational force. See, even this is the same thing. After going into the space, and then if you drop a ball or anything, don't expect that it will come and reach Earth. It will go and cling to those, like, or it may be rotating there itself, or it may be at rest there, because there is no force acting on it where that can be pulled towards any object. But if you drop a ball here on the surface of the earth, standing on the surface of the earth, it is very near to the earth. That means now this ball is under the influence of the field exerted by the earth. Field exerted by, that means the field that is created by the gravitational force or the gravitational property of earth will retain for certain limits. After that limit, no body will be attracted by earth. So therefore, when you stand on the surface of the earth and when you drop it, it is in the vicinity of it. So therefore, it is pulled towards the surface of the earth. It is pulled towards, even if you try to jump, you jump and stand there still. Can you do that? You can't. You will be pulled towards the earth. You will be pulled towards the ground where you were standing till then. So that's a gravitational pull. So nobody is touching you and pulling you down. Right? So that is a non-contact force again. Suppose just you take a ball and then just forcefully put it on the surface of the earth. What happens? It bounces back. Why does it bounce back? Because of the reaction force. So what force it is applying on this? The same force it is. That means here the contact force is there. Right. And then after going back, why is it not standing there still? Because again earth is pulling it towards it. So therefore the ball bounces until it loses its energy. Okay, and then finally where it will come to rest? Does it rest in air? No, it rests on the surface of the earth. That means on the surface where this activity is performed. If this is performed on a table surface, then it will go and sit on the table surface. If you are doing it on your floor, and it will go and then rest on floor. Okay, so by any cost or by any means, it can't stand by itself in air. Why? Because gravitational force is pulling it down. This is again an unseen force and which is not in contact with the body on which it is acting. So these are all the non-contact forces or forces at a distance. That means at a particular distance all these forces will be acting. Beyond a particular distance they may not act. That means there is a field always created because of all these things. That means a magnet can create its own field. An electric charge can create its own field. Similarly, a heavy body can create a field around itself. Don't say that, ma'am, I have a very huge table in my home. So I will just leave my ball here so that this heavy body will pull the ball towards it. See, if that is the case, definitely even that table is having that pull towards it, but the other heavy body is earth. Can you bring a body which is as bigger as earth? Yeah, if you bring something like that, then we will discuss about it. Right? So it is not possible. So earth is so huge. So therefore its gravitational pull, the strength of its pull is more. So therefore you can't say that your table is not attracting that, therefore my table is not having the gravitational pull. No. Even the table can exert a gravitational force on it. Gravitational doesn't mean it is only for earth. It will be there for all the bodies. But the dominating force is because of the heavenly bodies like planets and all those things. So earth is a planet which is very huge. Therefore, the effect of the force exerted by the earth is much higher than any other things on the surface of the earth. Hence, you can only see a gravitational force being acted on the bodies because of earth. Okay, in the later classes, that means when you go like deep into the subject in IIT foundation classes, then you will see that there is a law proposed by Newton, calling it as Newton's law of universal gravitation. Universal means in the whole universe, between any two bodies, there will be a force of attraction. Definitely there will be a force of attraction between two bodies. Then that you are going to learn in the later classes. But here though, earth is so huge, you can't bring another body which can have the same amount of the gravitational force here on the surface of the earth. Thus, what is happening? All the bodies tend to move towards the center of earth. Clear? Right. So then, so we are done with the types of non-contact forces. Right? In the next classes, let us see in detail like few examples of where and how the things are happening, what are the effects of different kinds of forces on different bodies. Okay, children? So pause the video for a minute and whatever is there. So draw this diagram and give your own points under every subheading or under every category. Suppose if you are writing for magnetic, so you can define magnetic field. That means the space around the magnet where its effect is felt or where its influence is felt. Like that you can say, and then how these are being pulled, write in your own words. That will improve writing skills. Right? Okay children, I will post the lessons to you so that you can give a reading and then afterwards you can make your own notes. Okay? See you in the next class.